What's going on, people? Welcome back to Curtis Shaw TV, back with another live stream. And happy Monday, happy start to the week, people. And a big week for Arsenal and a big week of football, to be honest, because unfortunately there's an international break after this week. So we have to make sure we enjoy this week because, you know, it's back to England games and, you know, all these games in the Nations League, which no one really wants to watch. So big up to everyone today. Probably Man United fans are the most down today, man, after, oh my days, they got battered yesterday, man, crazy. I actually turned that game on and thought, I don't even know who I want to, Hey, what's going on? People saying no intro. I'm sure you're just playing me at this point, but people, it's Monday. You know what time it is. We're on that. Yo, what are they doing? Playing adverts at the start of the show? What's got? No, YouTube, come on, man. You make enough money. You ain't got to run adverts at the start of the show. If we ain't got the intro, it ain't right, people. So my apologies. That's YouTube's fault. They better stop playing around with the intro. It's not right. You turn Match of the Day on, you expect to hear, you know, but hey, YouTube trying to get that extra P. But listen, big up for everyone for telling me in the comments. We have to run that. But listen, happy Monday, as I said, people. Big up to everyone in the chat. Man United fans, man, damn. Any United fans in the comments today, damn. What is really happening to United? Like, I'm being serious, right? I'm being serious. I've been there on Monday. You've been there with me, people. Arsenal therapy on a Monday. It's a serious time. What is going on to Manchester United Football Club? Like, they're almost getting so bad that it's like a part of football's being taken away. I almost feel sorry for them a little bit. But I don't feel sorry for them because when we were an absolute shambles, they laughed at Arsenal constantly. And I've seen on Sky, actually, Ten Hag has got 7 days to save his job. Monday to Sunday, people. Craig David settings, 2 games. They've got Porto away and Aston Villa away. I do not think he survives beyond this week. I think they're sacking him in the international break. They do not go to Villa Park and get 3 points. It is not happening. I don't really know how good Porto are anymore. I know their manager left. They lost a couple players in the summer. Evan Nielsen, I think Conceição went to Serie A. So anyone who knows that, I don't know how good Porto are, but Man United are absolutely woeful. Bruno sent off. Tottenham smashed them 3-0. They are absolutely shambolic. I think that's the worst Manchester United team I've ever seen in my life. And I've seen bad Man United teams under Oli, under Ranić. I think this is the worst Man United team I've ever seen. Genuinely. They've got a ball-playing goalkeeper with a back four that doesn't want to receive the ball. And then you've got a back four that just gets rinsed all the time. Their midfield has zero balance. Their wingers don't cross the ball. And their strikers, I told you about that Piqué Edouard, didn't I? People thought I was harsh, you know, about that Piqué Edouard striker called Xerxes. Rubbish. SpongeBob SquarePants up front. Absolutely rubbish. Højlund, C-Tech Haaland, Anthony, the worst right winger I've ever seen in the Premier League. Rashford, and you know me, people. I like Rashford. I said I'll take Rashford at Arsenal over the years. He is an absolute myth at the moment. Kobbie Mainoo, what is going on with him? He looks like the English Jemba Jemba. He's absolutely rubbish at the moment. Casemiro, oh my days. He looks like Andy Ruiz who fought Joshua. I don't know what's going on with him. Bruno Fernandes, little rat face. I'm telling you, Ruud van Nistelrooy is definitely doing an inside job on them people. He's getting Ten Hag sacked so he gets the job. It's absolute. Man United are absolutely awful. Mason Mount, one of the 60 million for Mason Mount. I don't know. I don't even understand what I'm watching. Part of me, I'm going to be honest, part of me wants Man United to beat Porto just so that Ten Hag doesn't get sacked. I actually want Ten Hag to stay because they are going nowhere with him in charge. I've actually just seen Man United being linked with Gareth Southgate. I mean, that would be even funnier. He might be worse than Ten Hag, but damn. Van Nistelrooy's getting that job on an interim basis. How can they spend 200 million and get worse? It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. Matt said, never forget 8-2, Pizzagate, Fergie time, Howard Webb, I have no empathy. You're right. You're right. At the end of the day, Wayne Rooney dived and ended our unbeaten run. We would have got to 50 games if that fraud didn't dive. So I do. You're right. I have no sympathy for Manchester United. In fact, long may it continue. I want Ten Hag to stay at that club. But if they are going to sack him, Gareth Southgate would be absolutely perfect. That would continue the same foolishness that they've got going off. It was a bit difficult, that game, because I was so happy United were getting battered, but also frustrated that Tottenham were winning. You know, I needed them both to lose somehow. But hey, it is what it is, people. Interesting weekend of football, that is for sure. We're obviously going to talk Arsenal, and we're going to look ahead to a big game of football tomorrow night. Champions League Tuesday. Arsenal against PSG. A bit of a difficult game to predict, really, because I don't really know what to make of PSG. They've obviously had a good start in their league season. They win the league every year pretty much in France. They broke up the Galacticos of Messi, Neymar and Mbappe. Got a slightly different team now, and I feel like we should be beating them, but they do have dangerous players, you know. Donnarumma, Marquinhos, Barcola. There are players there that can cause us problems if we're not on form. So we are going to look at that. Just quickly, a bit of breaking news ahead of tomorrow, and I will come back to this later on when we sort of preview that game a little bit more. But breaking news this morning is that Ousmane Dembele, the PSG right winger, has been dropped by Luis Enrique for the game against Arsenal. The decision was made by the PSG manager due to disciplinary reasons. Ousmane Dembele and Luis Enrique had an argument after the Rennes game, and the Spanish coach has decided to drop Ousmane from the PSG squad. So no injury, nothing. Apparently there was a big bust up in the changing rooms after the game. Heated argument between Dembele and Luis Enrique, and Luis Enrique has left him back in France for them to travel. I think personally it's because the new FIFA's come out. And anybody who's followed Ousmane Dembele's career, this guy is a gamer. When he was at Barcelona, apparently he was turning up an hour late for training because he'd been playing Fortnite and Call of Duty until the early hours of the morning. So I reckon he's getting ready for weekend league and sorting his team out on, why am I still calling it FIFA? EAFC. So, but yeah, it is what it is. I mean, listen, I'm glad he's not playing. Dembele, to me, is one of the most frustrating players you can watch in world football. He has got the talent to become an absolute superstar, but he's just a moody, miserable, inconsistent footballer, and it's strange. Listen, he's had an unbelievable career, made huge amounts of money, 125 million when he went to Barcelona. I'm sure he's living lavish. But I think in terms of ability and talent, he just hasn't fulfilled it. So, yeah, I'm sure. I bet he's devastated he's left him at home. He's like, listen, I'm having an all-nighter on FIFA. Going to sort out his weekend league team. So, yeah, man, he always looks miserable. When does Dembele ever smile? I don't get it. We've been linked with him multiple times. I actually did want him when he was at Dortmund. I thought, oh, man, he was so quick, so direct, scoring goals, linked up well with Aubameyang. He would have been a fantastic signing. But Barcola is one to look out for. So, and listen, I always say Arsenal in Europe are not Arsenal in England. I don't think we have the same reputation at all in Europe. So, this will be a difficult game. We are going to talk about that game later on in the show. The press conference was done early morning, 9 a.m., which is decent. So we got press conference reaction. In fact, I don't know whether that's good news or not, actually, with the amount of waffle that this manager talks in the press conference. However, we're going to briefly look back on the weekend's action, and we do have one or two injury concerns ahead of tomorrow's game, particularly regarding Calafiori, who apparently was in tears at the end of the game. Tears of joy, or was it tears of pain? He had some sort of strapping around his knee, and they're not sure whether he's going to be available for this weekend. For this midweek game. I also want to go into a bit more detail about his performance. There is some good news, though. Oh, in fact, breaking news now. Arsenal started training at 2:30 apparently, and Marino and Tomiyasu are taking part in training today. Now, whether that's full training, I don't know. They walked out with the rest of the group. I'm just looking at a video here, sorry. And Marino and Tomiyasu walked out onto the training ground with the group. They're seen doing the warm-up, and Calafiore is there. So ignore everything I've just said, people. Ignore everything I've just said. Maybe he was crying because he couldn't believe he didn't get sent off. It is funny, you know. I do like to wind up some of the fan base sometimes because I'm not being funny. Calafiore should have been sent off. That's a second yellow every single day of the week. But he got away with it, so maybe he was crying tears of joy that he wasn't sent off. But yeah, Calafiore is training. Tomiyasu and Marino are also training. However, I would imagine Tomiyasu and Marino, are they going to do all of the session with the group? I'm not sure. Odegaard's still obviously not training. No Kieran Tierney. Ben White apparently was not there. So maybe he's going to miss this game as well. But obviously if Calafiore is available, then we should be all right in the fullback areas. So, well, listen, we got a bit to talk about. Let me see what you guys are saying in the comments. Big up everyone locked in. 1,400 of you locked in already, and we've only just started. Apologies, I was a little bit later today. I had some work to do this morning, so I moved the show to 2:30. I'm live with Turkish at 5 p.m. for the OGs as well, so make sure you lock in for that one. And we'll be talking about the weekend. Ammo said, "See unit, this weather is a joke. Got a cold. Need that Miami heat." But haven't they got crazy weather in Florida at the moment? Everyone stay safe, man. I've seen some crazy weather over there in America and parts of the South as well. So everyone stay safe. Jazz says, "Big C, have you seen the Man U streaming brigade are all in full meltdown? Loving this." Well, what to do when the tables will turn? What to do when the tables will turn? The tables have turned, people. That was us. We were there, people. Luckily for me, I wasn't streaming for too long, although the 8th place year, obviously things went wild. Shirts got ripped and all them, you know, Arteta out shows and that. But the tables have turned, people. They have to hold it. I said this the other day. They thought we were going to be a joke forever. They thought we was like, you know, Def Comedy Jam. Every week they were going to laugh at us. The tables have turned. Man United are absolutely, well and truly, a laughingstock. The biggest football club in this country. Because I don't buy. I just want to say, by the way, big up. Apparently the weather's not too bad in Miami. Stay safe, though. I never buy into this narrative. Do you hear pundits and fans say Manchester United are the biggest club in the world? And my argument is always, on what basis? On what basis are Manchester United the biggest football club in the world? I need somebody to explain it to me. Because Real Madrid have won more league titles. Real Madrid have won more Champions Leagues. Real Madrid have had better players than them. Real Madrid have got a better stadium, bigger stadium, better training ground, bigger training ground. So on what basis? That narrative, I hate it when I hear it in the media. Okay, the most revenue. I mean, come on. They are a franchise, people. Honestly, I am gonna. They are a franchise. They are not the biggest football club in the world, in my opinion. They might be the biggest franchise. Maybe they make the most money and their fans buy the most merch and all of that sort of stuff. There is no way on earth they are bigger than Real Madrid. Real Madrid are the powerhouse of world football. I'm not buying into it. Real Madrid are the giant. Most Champions League. Bro, you're right. Old Trafford don't even have a screen, bro. A goal goes in at Old Trafford, you got to get your phone out and go on Sky Go. They don't even have a screen. The roof's leaking. If you've seen Carrington, the training ground, it's old, bro. It's old. It's not even a good training ground. Nah, man. Madrid are the biggest club in world football. I'm not interested in revenue. You can You can edit those books, as we've seen with certain clubs as well. You notice Man United have turned into the History Channel? It happens, man. It gets like that. I've been there. Look who's behind me on my green screen. So I'm not even going to totally go against them. But yeah, I do love to see it. I love to see it, man. Listen, what Man United have done, they've sat on their heels. They've sat on their heels rather than continuing to push that club forward. They've sat there and thought they were going to be there forever. They're not even safe in their own city, people. Like, do you know how serious that is? Manchester City dominate that city right now. They might not be a bigger club than Man United historically, but they run that city right now, people. Manchester City run that city until a court case tells them otherwise, 115. Them man aren't safe in their own ends. They need to walk around with a mask and cover up. Hide them Man United shirts. It's embarrassing. Man, little old Man City, growing up, that man was in League One with Sean Goater and Paul Dickov and Nicky Weaver, Michael Johnson, Michael Ball. League One playoff final, Gillingham, while Man United were lifting Champions Leagues. How have you allowed a club in League One to start bullying, took Tevez off them and put it on the Welcome to Manchester sign, and then just started running the city? Stadiums better, training grounds better, facilities are better, managers better. It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy, people. Them man are dominating a city that nobody even... Who cared about Man City growing up? Nah, that's like Leyton Orient dominating London and we're just sitting there taking it. It's a madness. And listen, some of them guys were decent. Feed the goat and he will score. Sean Goater, them man. Them man are like little folk core legends, Paul Dickov played for Arsenal. You know what I mean? I respect some of them guys. Georgie Kincladze and them, man. But nah, it's wild. This is like Leyton Orient winning the Champions League and bullying Arsenal. I would have deleted this channel. We'd be an NBA channel. I wouldn't still be making football content if Leyton Orient were winning the Champions League and battering Arsenal in London. It's crazy. And you're right, Odion. I'm not even going to cap. There was moments London was looking blue. They never really took it over completely, though. But they had dominance. But listen, I've said it time and time again. Arsenal, what they can't do is sit on their heels, because Arsenal, as much as we're a good team right now, until I see trophies above our captain's head, this period will flatter to deceive. It's as simple as that. If we don't win silverware in this period in time, in 5 years, 10 years, 15 years, you will look back on this period and say, who gives a damn? Yeah, but we competed for the league. Who cares? What's in your trophy cabinet? What's in Harry Kane's trophy cabinet? So we don't care. We don't give him the ratings. We don't put him in the same category as Suarez, as Benzema, as Lewandowski and them. And why? Because their trophy cabinets are full. Harry Kane's is empty. We do not want to be the Harry Kane of club football where we say, oh, look how good we are. Look at the style of football. Look at how we competed. Nobody gives a damn. Like you said, Tottenham under Poch. This football club got to lift silverware. And like I've said before, if you don't win silverware, your best players disappear. So that's why I don't walk around and say too much. I will laugh at the other teams. That's part of football. There's nothing wrong with that. Friendly banter and rivalry. Man United are in the mud. You're damn right I'm going to start laughing at them. But I'm not smug with it, because until I see my team lifting silverware, this whole period of time is not enough for me. Yeah, England golden generation, Beckham and them lot didn't win nothing. Means nothing. Means absolutely nothing. You got to win football. So you got to win football matches and win trophies. We will win for sure. Well, I hope you're right. Big up everyone locked in. Christian, thank you for becoming a new member. Member stream will be next week. International break. Step has said, money for the pull-up. Money for the pull-up. I'll do one. Pull up that ass! Hey, only one. We don't want to disrupt the flow of the show. But big up yourself. You hyped me up, so I couldn't help it. Big up Fitzjoseph. Don't get too cocky. What have Arsenal done? I mean, listen, I tell you what, we've done something that's never, ever, ever been done in English football history. We've done something, Fitz, that's never been done in English football history. Do you want me to tell you what that is? You think I'm going to talk about the Invincibles, don't you? I'm not. I'll tell you what we did. We signed a dog. No one's ever done that, mate. Ask Fabrizio Romano to drop a "here we go" on a dog being signed for a football club. Forget is yours gold. Has yours got 4 legs and run around a field, mate? The only thing we've won is a dog. Some people love that. They sell dogs in the store now as well, people. Unbelievable. That is what you call profiting off a loss. You know when people have a go at me online sometimes, when we lose and I have a meltdown, they go, "You're profiting off a loss." I said, "That's funny, mate, because my biggest streams are the ones when we've won big games. So that's nonsense." I said, "Second of all, Arsenal bought a dog called Win after not winning and then sold it in the shop. And fans bought it. Is that not profiting off a loss? That dog could be called Loser or Loss rather than Win." So when people say that to me, you're profiting off a loss. Your meltdown is based on views. That's funny, mate. Arsenal are selling a dog called Win after we lost. Is that not profiting off a loss? That should be called false advertising. What's it called Win for? Call it compete. Call it runner-up. Call it process. Call it progression. Call it phase. I don't know. It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. It's about £25 as well for some little mini dog. I mean, listen, win the league. Call it whatever you want. I might even buy the dog just for banter. But when you ain't winning, I don't want to see that smelly put anywhere near the football club. Get him out of here. Or her. I think it's a girl, innit? Might be a girl, but do one. Anyway, right. Let's concentrate on the game before they sue me. What's Win done to you? She's a lovely dog. You know we got an emotional fan base, people. They love Calafiori at the moment. They love Calafiori. He's got long hair. He looks like he should be in a L'Oreal advert. Oh, because I'm worth it. You know what I mean? The Italian stallion, the aura merchant. It's funny because 6 months ago, half our fans had never heard of him. But because he's got long hair and somebody nicknamed him the Aura Maldini, they can't get enough of it. Can't get enough of it. The Arsenal fans are an interesting bunch online. They really are. But let me not say too much. You know, we won. We're in a good mood. We got PSG tomorrow. Dembele's been dropped. Somebody's saying, has Trossard's head been photoshopped on? I mean, I'm pretty sure it hasn't. He looks old there, man. The grey hair. But anyway, I don't care as long as you're scoring big goals. Ndidi's goal. Oh, that was given as an Ndidi own goal. I never knew that. I actually never knew that. I thought, so they took Trossard's second goal off him and gave it as an Ndidi own goal. Wasn't the shot on target, though. I don't get it. Honestly, don't get that. Maybe it hit the keeper and then hit him. Anyway, we won the game in the end. I can tell you something. If we didn't score them last 2 goals, this would have been a very, very different show we would have been having today. Let me tell you. I was in a zone, and I kept saying during the stream, I think we're going to score. But this would have been a very, very different stream. Because I was like, we're 2-0 up against a newly promoted team, and they've come back to 2-2. You can't drop points in a game like this after Man City. But we got there. We got there in the end, and we dominated the game. I just feel with Arsenal at the moment, we're getting the warning signs before the problem. Do you know what I mean? And when you're getting the warning signs, you have to change your behaviour. Just to make sure this doesn't happen in the future. If you look at the stats, we dominated the game. Listen, there's no doubt that we were the better team and we dominated. Look at the state. I don't know whether I look at these stats in a positive light or a negative light. I think it's more negative. 35 shots. 16 on target. And we scored 4. They had 3 shots on target and scored 2. What is that all about? 75% possession. 664 passes. They played 232. They had 3 shots on target and scored 2 of them. We had 16 shots on target. The goalkeeper was unbelievable. But also, we got to finish teams. We got to finish chances. We cannot rely on set pieces all the time. This is genuine PES. This is FIFA. These are them weekend league games that you end up losing. You can't believe it. Total domination, all-out attack. You get caught with the sucker punch. The Leicester keeper was fantastic. I give him credit for that. But with stats like that, you shouldn't be rolling the dice and relying on last-minute equalisers. So my thing to Arsenal is this was a very important result. Fair play to the team. It's not worth a meltdown. Of course it isn't. But just, we've got to figure out a way to just finish teams off. We shouldn't be going through that kind of second half against Leicester. I think both of those goals were avoidable. But it did make it an entertaining game. I'll give them that. Do you know what? With player ratings, this is probably my most difficult player ratings that I've ever done because I was so into the chat during the game and I didn't watch the highlights back, the extended ones. So it's almost difficult for me to rate the players. But I'm just going to generally go through the team. If you guys want to throw ratings in there, throw them in there. But we'll talk briefly about them. I mean, David Raya in goal. I don't think he can do anything about either goal. The first one's a massive deflection off Havertz. The second one was one of the best goals you'll see all weekend from James Justin. The technique was unbelievable. So Raya, I think, was just a solid 6.5, really. I wouldn't go too high. 6.5, 7. Collected his cross as well. Distribution was good. Couldn't do anything for the goals. 6.5. I would have probably given him. Conceding 2, I don't know if I'm giving him a 7. He only had one other save to make, and it was pretty easy. So I'll give him 6.5, people. Let's go into the back 4. Most of you guys giving him a 6. 6 again, 7, 6.5. Raya being the best keeper in the league, he has, but he shouldn't have to be. If we've got the best defence, then we shouldn't need our goalkeeper to make so many saves. Jurrien Timber, for me, is the biggest plus point of this season, in my opinion. Not everybody will agree. Some of you will agree. In the words of Wenger, he's like a new signing. He is actually like a new signing because we saw him for 50 minutes last year and he did his ACL. So this is basically Timber's debut season. I honestly think he is an outstanding player. Honestly. And I know it's early. He hasn't played against everyone yet. I love the way he plays. I love the aggression. He's so good on the ball. I agree with LSU. I think we could have won the league last year. We only finished 2 points behind City. I think we win a game that we didn't win with him in the team. Maybe Aston Villa, where Zinchenko got absolutely cooked at left back. He is outstanding. And I have to give credit to Arteta and Edu there. 40 million. What a player. Right back, left back. As I said, Ben White's in trouble. Ben White's in trouble with this guy. But then Calafiore on the other side wasn't as good. But I'm going to give Timber 8 out of 10. I thought he was fantastic. Nothing came down that side. The goal came on the other side. The header he could do nothing about. He is an animal. Absolute animal of a player. If we can keep him fit all season, I just think he's a fantastic player. 40 million. How crazy is it that of all the Ajax players that Ten Hag's bought, he didn't buy him. Although he did try and buy him. I think he's brilliant. I love the way he plays. I love his aggression. Sign his brother. A few people have said that. I actually don't know how good his brother is. Quinton, defensive midfielder. It's a position we could do with strengthening. Especially if Partey and Jorginho go in the summer. But yeah, what a player. 8 out of 10. Let's go to Calafiore. When the Municha is como pizza by Calafiore. Calafiore is a very, very lucky boy, mate. Let me tell you. I think we have to almost break his performance down into sections. I mean, going forward, he's marauding forward. He's going past Martinelli. He's on the edge of the penalty area. It looks like he wants to score a goal. He's aggressive. He's hyping up the fans. Next minute, he's crying at the end of the game. I mean, boy, passion. Passion. But passion has to be controlled, my friend. Passion has to be controlled. This is the Premier League. Passion sometimes can spill over and lead to, a problem. Zinchenko was crying at Anfield. We don't need that. For me, should have been sent off, 100%. And the second goal, he goes to sleep. He doesn't check his shoulder and check what's happening behind him. He allows Justin to get the run on him. He volleys it into the corner. He gets a 6 out of 10. And he's lucky to get that. I'm giving him that on the basis that he was so good going forward. 22 years of age. I think we need to take our time with him. Take your time with him. Hey, troops, relax. Big up yourself. Don't sing in the 94th minute. It's dangerous. I think we have to take it easy. I'm still not sure if he's a left back. He's great going forward, but do you just put him at centre back and tell him to calm down? He scored a great goal the week before. He needs time, but Ben White's injured, so maybe he's not going to get time. Maybe he's going to have to keep playing. PSG tomorrow night, Champions League. You need to calm down. Woosa, relax. Tell him relax, bro. This ain't Serie A. You can't start crying at full time, bro. We don't need that. Cry when we win the title. We'll accept it. We beat Leicester 4-2. Unless he's crying because he thought he had a serious injury. But as I said, for those of you tuning in, Calafiori pictured in training today should be okay for tomorrow. So 6 out of 10 needs time. Needs time. There is a talent there, but relax, bro. No need to cry. We may be rearranging OGs because after the Champions League game, maybe more to talk about. Yeah. Maybe we're going to do later in the week. We'll see. I'm just messaging him back now. Right, let's go to the 2 centre-backs. Gabriel and Saliba. I thought Gabriel played well. Strange he didn't score. I almost feel like saying he didn't play well because he didn't score. What would you give? We did concede 2, though. They're part of the defence. But I give Gabby a 7. I don't think any of the goals were his fault. I thought he was solid. I'll give him a 7. Saliba, Saliba gave away the free kick in stupid circumstances. It was rash. Ran across Vardy and took him out. I'll probably give... What did I give? I give him 6.5. I'm going to give Gabby higher than Saliba. I thought it was a poor free kick to give away. He could have stood up. He didn't need to. So I'm going to give Saliba 6.5. Listen, if you concede a free kick and they score from it, you've done something wrong. It might be harsh, but it was a silly thing to do. It's only a moment, but I give him 6.5. His standards are so high. The 2 midfielders. I love how they've listed it as 4-4-2. I like seeing 4-4-2. I just would like to see an out-and-out striker up there. I actually thought Thomas Partey had a decent game. I think Partey quietly has just had a couple of good games for us. I thought he did well at City last week. And I thought he did pretty well against Leicester. Quietly. Maybe his fitness is getting better now. He's getting a run of games. And I thought Declan Rice did well next to him as well. Covered a lot of ground. Still not his ideal role. I'm going to give Partey 7.5. I thought he played well. I thought he was solid. He does fade as the game goes on. That is the only problem. He does seem to struggle as we get closer to, the end of the game. And sometimes you need him to see you through that period. You don't want to always have to take him off and bring Jorginho on. Maybe it's an age thing. I don't know. But I think he's getting better. I'll give him 7.5. Let's go to Deckers. This was a better performance. More like Declan Rice, not Declan Couscous. I still don't think the role is the best role for him. I don't think Declan Rice going forward is an amazing footballer. I actually think he's a better player at winning the ball back. Was he better than Partey? I'd probably give him a 7. I thought his crossing wasn't great from open play. His crossing from corners was very good. And you're right, our midfield was getting ran through at times second half. I don't know if... do you know what? I'm going to be honest here. I'm thinking back to the performance. Was he better than Partey or the same? Played a few nice passes in the first half, though. Probably give him... Partey had a good first half, lost control in the second. You would if he was 65 years of age, though. He's an old man. He's got 4 grandkids. You should go back to West Ham playing centre-back. Is that what I said, Gyokeres? Oh, damn. You know, when he goes forward, I just don't like it, man. What's he got that makes you want him to attack? I'll give him a 7. It's almost a bit of sympathy for Partey. Should have closed down the cross for their second goal. Yeah. 7. Let's go 7. Let's go 7. Let's go for the 2 wingers. Now, I'm going to hold my hands up. We're going to talk about Saka, right? Again, the way that I was doing the watch-along, I missed parts of the game, but I saw Saka give the ball away so many times in the second half. I thought first half Saka played well. I thought second half Saka was poor. I thought Saka was poor second half. Gave the ball away consistently. He did put the cross in that Trossard hit, that they gave to Ndidi, as you're calling him in the chat. So maybe I was a little bit harsh on him, but I thought second half he was so just... You can't just give the ball away as easily as that. You're meant to be a top-level player. Saka looks very tired. I mean, bro, we're 6-7 games into the season. I don't know how he is so tired. And we've got actual... I give him 6.5. I just think second half he let his standards drop, and I don't like that. 7, we won. He got an assist. It's just... It's funny. Some websites were giving him man of the match, which, again, football is crazy nowadays because... You can actually not do much and then get an assist and you get high ratings. So maybe I have to move with the modern times. Well, I thought second half he let his standards drop massively. And he didn't get the assist actually because Trossard's shot didn't go in. It ended up being given as an own goal. So Saka lost the assist, so he didn't get an assist. But 8 dribbles completed, 8 chances created. I mean, it's crazy. I can't remember the big chances he created. But listen... Stats nowadays, you watch a game, you go, I don't think he played very well. You go on Twitter and see a picture of some stats and it makes it look like they were the best player on the pitch. So football is a different game. I just don't see how these players are tired after 6 games. I don't get it. They were given nearly 3 weeks off. I think Saka did get about 3 weeks off because the final game of the Euros, I believe, was the 14th. Let's check this. Let me. I like having the stats with this, right? So Saka's final game, Euro 2024 final, I believe was the 14th. Let's have a look. 14th of July was his last game, and then he played against Leverkusen. He came on. That was on the 7th of August, and he started training at the beginning of that week. So 7th of August, I think he came back on the Friday. So the 2nd, he got his 3 weeks. I'm sorry, Saka, I don't think Saka should be that tired after 6 games in a season. 22 years of age. I know these guys play football at a very high level, and I get that. It's not like when we were younger, but 22 years of age. Yeah, okay, listen, he played 50 games last year or 45 games for Arsenal. He's got to the Euros final. Maybe he started the season a little bit slow, but tired after 6 games at 22 years of age. And he has been coming off a little bit more, although he didn't come off in this game, but we'll see. Let's go for Martinelli. They should be taking 2 months off. Listen, whilst I do agree... 3 weeks is not enough when they should be getting 4 or 5 weeks, but the schedule just doesn't allow it. They want more football, more money, more entertainment. You know how it goes. Martinelli, I'm going to give Martinelli 8 out of 10. He got a goal, he got an assist. He should have maybe got another couple of goals, but Georgie did say Martinelli 8 almost got his free GA. I predicted midweek to you on the show. Keep his place in my FPL team. Listen, I've capped for Martinelli a lot on this channel, right? And a lot of you have come for me in the comments, and rightly so, because at times he's been horrific. And I've said many times he doesn't play like a Brazilian. He looks like he's from the Amazon rainforest or Peru or something. But the last couple of games, building block performances. Worked hard against Man City. Got a goal, got an assist against Leicester. I don't actually think he played amazing. Those couple of chances where he hit him with his left foot, I was like, what is he doing? But he ends up with a decent performance. 2 goal contributions as a winger. Cool. And, you know, PSG tomorrow, it's another important game for him. NBA players take like 4 months rest. Yeah, they get a huge break. Absolutely. Although they do play more games, but their games are not as long. So, yeah, I think it's something they need to look at. I think they need to start looking at giving players more time off. But football is dictated by money and television. So they want pre-season to come around quicker. They want to take you on tour all around the world, make more money. They want big games. You notice they keep playing Premier League clubs in pre-season. Back in the day, pre-season, you didn't play teams from your own league. You stayed away from them. You didn't want them to see how your team was looking in pre-season. Nowadays, you go on tour, you play against 2 or 3 teams from your own division. And why is that? Because they want people around the world to get the opportunity to see Premier League clubs, which I do understand. But what I'm saying is they need a big up break, and they need to look at the international schedule as well, which is just too many games that are not important. Nations League has not worked. They tried to make it more competitive. It's rubbish. It feels no different to watching a friendly, right? It hasn't worked. You know, this international break, you could say, right, we're going to give all the players 2 weeks off in November or October. Give them an extra break, because at the end of the day, we're all football fans and we want the product, i.e. the game, to be as good as possible to watch. So making them play more games and more travelling and more internationals, I believe it's watering down the standard of football. And I think that's why, without sounding like an old man again, I think that's why football isn't as good to watch at the moment, if I'm being totally honest. I watched the Euros. I thought the Euros was bang average. We got a good run at the end of the tournament. We got a few good games, semi-final and final, Yamal, and, you know, a few big games. But overall, that tournament was bang average. They didn't even score a free kick in the whole tournament. Think about 10, 15 years ago, how many good free kick takers you was watching play football. 15, 20 years ago. Beckham, Mihailovic, Van Hooijdonk, Juninho, Rivaldo, Thierry Henry, Gerrard. All these guys could take free kicks. They were whipping free kicks in the top corner. They didn't score one tournament in the whole Euros. Not one. How crazy is that? Messi, Ronaldo. Think about them guys' free kicks as well. They didn't score one free kick. They are watering down the product. We're seeing more injuries. And now to be a footballer, you've got to be an athlete. You've got to be an athlete. And like you said, yeah, it's a system-based game nowadays. It's a system-based game. And you know what? You're absolutely bang on, J10. You are absolutely bang on. And I don't like saying this because it's a Chelsea player. Cole Palmer is an absolute joy to watch. Absolute joy to watch. Because when I watch him, I go, he's just a free spirit. You hear his interviews, he don't care. Man's talking about, I need chippy chips. He's giving like one-word answers. He looks like he's never spoke before. He don't give a damn. Just runs off. Yeah, I'm cold, bro. I'm cold. Man went to Pep. What am I playing? Nah, I want to leave. They goes, nah, we'll loan you out. It's, nah, I want to leave, bro. I want to play football. He's an incredible player. Honestly, I love watching him play. 40 million. He's worth 140 million now in the modern game. I need free spirits. They're my favourite players. Growing up, think about the players you loved growing up. Ronaldinho, Zidane, Messi, R9. All them players. What made them so unique? When they got the ball, you didn't know what was going to happen. I can tell you what Jack Grealish is going to do when he gets the ball this weekend. He's gonna square up the fullback. He's going to stutter about 4 times. I keep thinking my sky's broke when Grealish gets the ball. He's going to stutter 4 times and give the ball to the centre midfielder. He won't take him on. Because Pep's told him to do that. I didn't know what was going to happen when R9 got the ball, when Ronaldinho might flip-flap you. He might nutmeg you. He might flick it over your head. They don't do it no more. Because they get told off for that. I'm seeing it in academy football with Cruz. The coaches pass. 2 touches. Control it and pass it and then move. They don't want a player that's going to dribble because they view you as a risk. They view you as a risky player if you try and dribble past multiple players. You're going to lose the ball. You're going to break the system, the plan. We've got a plan to go there, and then score. If you get the ball and start trying to run past 3 or 4 players, they're having meltdowns. They're having meltdowns about, oh, no, pass it. Got to give these guys freedom. And you're right, Grealish at Villa, I was like, yo, Arsenal go and spend. Remember that day when he ripped up Hector Bellerin? I said, go and pay 75 million, get this guy to Arsenal. What a player. Man's gone to Man City. Okay, he's filled up the trophy cabinet. He's not that good a player. He's not even good to watch. Yeah, big up, man. Cruz been scoring some bangers the last few weeks. Vinny Jr. yesterday, so exciting to watch. There's a few managers, there's a few players. Ancelotti's one of the best ever because he gives you the freedom. Go and play. Go and express yourself. He's been doing it for, 20 years as a manager. We need more free spirits. That's why I even like Waneri, because he looks like he just wants to run at people. I've always said this, and I'm going way off topic here, people. I am going way off topic here. Neymar should have been the saviour of this generation that we're in right now. He was the one. He was going to take the mantle from Messi and Ronaldo. The worst transfer that I've ever seen in football, outside of Arsenal paying like Van Persie and players like that, the worst transfer in football history is Neymar leaving Barcelona to go PSG. That ruined football. It ruined it. He was the one. He was unbelievable. That Barcelona front three was just ridiculous. He went to PSG to get out of Messi's shadow. He thought he'd get the Ballon d'Or over there. He thought he'd win the Champions League. He didn't realise, bro, the French league is one of the most physical leagues in Europe. They will clamp you down. They mashed up his ankle. That man said, what? You think you can flick the ball over my head? Watch this, bro. Ankle ligaments every minute. Then what did Neymar do? All of a sudden, he got stocky to try and protect himself, and he was done, bro. It all failed. He ends up in Saudi, game over. Neymar was the one. He was sent to save football. But he left for the money, and he didn't want to be in Messi's shadow. So it was sad. It was sad. I think these chats are important. You're right, Southland. They are important, man, because it's football overall, and I don't want to sound like I'm constantly moaning about the game. The game's gone in another direction, and you have to move with the times as a team. We do have to evolve, which is why sometimes when I'm critical of Saka, I also have to understand what he's being asked to do in that team. They want Saka to be efficient. He's not as exciting as previous players that we've had. So sometimes I get frustrated with Saka because I'm like, yo, if they're giving you all this praise that you're the best player at Arsenal, but I need more clutch moments. I need more star quality. But you've also got to understand, he's got a role to play within that team. Work hard and protect Ben White or Timber. And when you get forward, create chances that lead to goals and chip in with 15 league goals. And I'm sure Saka will do that. He's producing numbers. So it's difficult. It is difficult. It's hard to do both. And like you said, Robinho. I mean, somebody like Robinho, they probably wouldn't pick him nowadays because he's not going to run up and down and help the fullback that much. He loses the ball sometimes. And coaches would probably view him as a risk as well. So the game has changed. The game has changed massively. It's a role. It's like a movie now. You're playing a role in the movie. That's what football has almost become. Haaland is playing a role at Manchester City. His all-round game is not You go and watch Haaland's clips at Borussia Dortmund. He's getting the ball on the halfway line and running past people, and looks like he's got way more to his game. He's come to Man City and you're just going to play a role. Play the width for the 18-yard box, bully defenders and score goals. You're a role player. You're a role player, bro. You're basically Tom Cruise in Mission Impossible. And that's what it's become. And the thing is, we can't just blame Pep, because I've been guilty of that before. Oh, it's Pep's fault. It's Pep's fault. But ultimately, Pep doesn't force every manager in the world to copy his tactics. We can all turn around and say it's Pep's fault. Pep has created something that's been very successful for him. It's for other managers to go, do you know what? I'm going to do something different to Pep. Which is why, again, football was so great back in the day, because Pep had that style, but then Mourinho had a different style, and Ferguson had a different style, and Wenger. And I think managers actually need to look at Pep and go, I'm going to do something different to what he's doing. But anyway, I've gone way off topic. We were doing player ratings. Now I'm talking about Robinho and Ronaldinho and Neymar. I think managers are being lazy, honestly. Oh, we'll copy Pep's blueprint. We'll get a goalkeeper that plays the ball out. We'll get centre-backs. We'll play it around at the back. It's lazy. Do something different. Challenge him. Do something that he doesn't like. Kaka was a player. Serious player. Gunnar Paul said, Big C, I love this channel. I'm done with Havertz and Jesus. We needed that number 9 in the summer. Relying on centre-backs for set pieces. Trossard, Timber, saving us. Bro, I said it last week. I said it at the end of the transfer window. Some of you say it in the comments. I know that Havertz has got a role to play in this team, but I think not signing a striker was an absolute howler from Arsenal. And I hope they buy one in January. But I honestly think if we had like a Gyokeres up front right now, I think we possibly would be favourites to win the league. Honestly. And maybe one more, another midfielder. But we've got to get a striker in my opinion, in January. I do not believe Havertz wins us a league title. If he does, oh my days, I will more than hold my hands up. Let's finish this off. Let's talk about Havertz. I mean, for me, he didn't have a good game. You're a striker, you scored, that definitely gives you some credit back. It's as simple as that. It's a lucky goal. The guy kicks the ball off his leg and it goes in the empty net. But it's a goal on paper. And, you know, the stats will go, it's another goal. It's another goal. You know, it doesn't matter how you get it. He had a poor game. He missed chances. He was lackluster. I'm going to give him a 6 because he scored, honestly. That's the only reason. Yeah, it's the only reason. People always said to me, you're a striker. However, if you score a 35-yard rocket in the top corner and I score a tap-in from a yard out, it's still one goal. It's still one goal. It's one of the luckiest goals you'll see. I'll give him a 6 purely because he scored. If he didn't score, I'd have been giving him a 5 or something like that. I gave Martinelli 8 out of 10. Goal and an assist. But Havertz missing great chances in that game. And against better teams, you will not get that many chances. That's the problem. We saw that against Man City in games like that. You don't get multiple chances against better opposition. Just looking at Havertz, 3 goals in 6 games. Yeah, I mean, he didn't score against Villa, didn't score against City. Didn't score against Tottenham, and this is my problem with him. Will he score in the big games? But I'm just sitting back on that situation. We'll see how it plays out. I love Ancelotti as a manager, great manager. Leandro Trossard. I mean, listen, they gave the second goal to Wilfred Ndidi, but I'm still gonna. Do you know what? I'm gonna give him man of the match in the end. Because at the end of the day, we lose that game if it's not for him. And sometimes moments matter more than performances. Sometimes. Not all the time, but sometimes. Trossard got us out of a crisis. Trossard got us out of a crisis in that game. We were all over the place. So I'm going to give him 8.5 because I gave Timber 8 out of 10. I don't know why they've took that second goal off him, because did the keeper save it and then it hit Ndidi and went in? I'm not sure. Do you know what? I would be tempted. It's not going to happen. Somebody said this at the end of the game. I'd be tempted to play Trossard up front and drop Havertz and put Nwaneri attacking midfield. Because I just think when Trossard gets the ball in the penalty area, I think he's the best finisher at the club. With both feet he can finish as well. But when you play him left wing, you don't get him in that position often enough. And attacking midfield, he's okay there. But I think if you said now, who do you want the chances to fall to? I think it's him. But he doesn't have that speed, like Dominic says, to play left wing and start running past fullbacks. I think you just want him to play in the area and wait for those chances to fall to him and just finish. He plays off instinct as well. A lot of time he just hits the ball first time. I'd be tempted to play Trossard up front, but it's not going to happen. He will never, ever drop Havertz if he's available. So Trossard played okay, but I like the fact that he's there and he takes shots and it's another couple goals. So Trossard's a very confusing player. He's a player that I think every Arsenal fan wants him in the team because he's got that unique ability, but he's also got an inconsistency about him that's a little bit frustrating. But listen, huge moment. Got us out of a mess. Couldn't have said it better. Well said. There you go. I appreciate that. Sometimes we do get it right. Information and entertainment. Kel said, why are you hating on Havertz? I mean, bro, first of all, I'm not hating on Havertz. I'm being realistic. Havertz has a huge role to play in a potential title challenging season. And I believe Havertz is the biggest blip in this team. In terms of, I think he's the player that I'm most worried about costing us the league title. Even though Martinelli's not playing great, I'm thinking, well, you got Martinelli, you got Trossard, you've got Sterling. It's crazy. People have to understand, right? You know, in football, professional football, constructive criticism happens every single day. Every day. You go to training, a player does something not right, the manager will tell you. But when you constructively criticise somebody, people get it as it's hate. Oh, why are you hating on Havertz? Bro, I'm an Arsenal fan. I want Arsenal to win. And I've got a serious question mark over Havertz as a striker. He didn't play well on Saturday. Fair enough, he got a goal. It was a lucky goal, but he got a goal. So I'll give him his credit. You're a striker, you scored, so we'll give you your credit. But is he good enough to win us a title? So we got to understand what we're doing here. This whole philosophy that, oh, you're an Arsenal fan, so just support everyone and everything. Yeah, support them during the 90. But I will say what I think about their performance after the game. And I don't think Havertz is good enough. If you do not like that, my friend, or in some way I'm offending you, press that X in the top right-hand corner. Other YouTube channels are available. It's as simple as that. There's no hate. The guy ain't good enough, in my opinion. But if he proves me wrong, I'll hold my hands up. We'll put him on the green screen. We'll do a waffle along. In his honour, people. Right, let's go to the subs. I have definitely waffled on today, by the way. We're just about approaching an hour. I haven't even done press conference reaction, but we had a good little chat about modern day football and old school football. Listen, there's only one substitute that I want to talk about. Jesus, nope. We've spoken about him for 2 years. I've said enough. Again, he's not good enough either. Raheem, you're on loan. You didn't come on for long. I'm telling you now, this lad here, Mr. Nwaneri, play him. Play him. Play him! Play him! Put him in the team! I don't care if he's 17. I don't care. He did more. How long did he come on for? We need exacts here, people. We need exacts. Let's go full screen. You're right. It's serious. It's serious. Serious times, people. Egyptian. These are some serious times. How long did he actually come on for? He came on for 5 minutes. But there was 9 minutes added on. So he played 14 minutes. I'm not doing it anymore. Hey, big up, man. Javal said, just welcome my son in the world. Brand new Arsenal fan. Big up. It ain't easy, though, supporting this team. You're going to need to be strong. I don't care if he's 17 anymore. Ethan Nwaneri is good enough to start for Arsenal right now. I don't care. I don't care if he's got school tomorrow. Play him. I've seen other people playing the 10 role, and I don't even think they're doing better than him. He did more. He had a better game in 14 minutes than Havertz did. I hope that guy's left the chat, because he'll be devastated that I'm talking about Havertz. Play him. Put him in the team. I'll play him tomorrow. I don't give a damn. Oh, but he's 17. Have you seen Lamine Yamal? And he is generational, by the way, Lamine Yamal. But come on, man. Put him in the side. Did you see the guy? Got the ball on the right-hand side. I'm thinking, all right, let me see what you got now. Yo, just drop a shoulder on him. Run past him. Whip it in. Keep us at... Yo, Kelvs, fair play to you, bro. Big up yourself. But, yo, there ain't no hate, bro. There's no hate on this channel. We just want the best for our team. Ethan Nwaneri, bro. Yo... Baller. But he needs game time. Because Arsenal have to make sure we don't lose him in the future. Because you've seen all the young bucks rolling out of Arsenal. Chido Obi and all these, man. They don't think there's a pathway into the first team. He needs to be the one that gets game time. Do you know what it is? He's got a way about him that nobody else plays like him in our team. That low centre of gravity... He drives at players, left-footed. He shoots from outside the area. I don't know what more they want to see, really. Mikel's sometimes a bit cautious with the young players. I don't think he'll start tomorrow. But I'd play him against Southampton if not. I'd start him against Southampton on Saturday. They're the second worst team in the league for me after Ipswich. I would start him. I wouldn't even mind him playing tomorrow, but I don't think he'll play tomorrow. I think he'll play the exact same team that played on Saturday. I think he'll start tomorrow. I don't see anything changing. Right, that's the Leicester game. That's the Leicester game. We definitely rode our luck. But in the end, the result was bigger than the performance again. The only thing is, as I keep saying, I'm saying this on a weekly basis, you eventually have to hit a point. Big up Kelvs, man. You eventually have to hit a point where you're actually playing well as winning games. You can't maintain playing average and winning at the same time. There has to be a point where Arsenal kick into gear and you go, we're balling now. We can't just rely on set pieces to score goals. Which is why I was very happy to see Martinelli score. Obviously, Havertz got a goal because we need people to start kicking in. The positive thing... You're right, Oz. I think they need another Dubai trip, man. Arteta needs gold stake. The positive thing is that we've still got Odegaard and Marino to add to this team. Odegaard is a huge loss to us. We can see how much we're missing him. And Marino is a new signing. But I honestly don't know how good Marino is, to be honest. So I'm not going to sit here and go, oh, yo, when Marino comes here... You know, it's all going to change. How good is he? I don't know. He could be a world beater. He could be an average centre midfielder. It's very different in the Premier League. But Odegaard would be, you know, we need him back. We definitely need him back. And hopefully they use the January market for once, which we don't often. Why always me said, come on, see, I'm at work. People are watching. Am I all right? Hey, listen, man, tune in as long as you don't get in trouble. I respect it. Elk said, man, I'm with you. I love the set pieces, but we can't rely on them. Yeah, it's a bonus. Set pieces are a bonus. Jamie says, big up Kells, we're all one here. 100%. I don't mind anybody disagreeing with what I'm saying. And you can question it at any point. That's the whole point of this community, is that we have debate. Not everybody has to agree with everything I say. As long as you're respectful, it's cool. K-Sun said Marino's 85 on FIFA. I'll take that, to be fair. That's not bad. Leicester keeper needs a shout-out. See, the man saves every shot. He had an unbelievable game. But saying that, he conceded 4, which is crazy, isn't it? Conceded 4 goals. Anyway, let me get through this. Let me get through it. It's that time again, people. If you're peckish, you won't be by the end of this press conference. The boss, Mickey Rouse, Coman music. Here he is again. Rose, that's my nickname. Going up against his old Barcelona old school friend, Luis Enrique. Luis Enrique, for me, had the most exciting front three. I've got to think how I word this before I say something over the top. Luis Enrique had MSN, right? It was his team, not Pep's team. He had Messi, Suarez, Neymar. I believe that is possibly the most exciting front three that we have ever watched at club level. Any arguments? Who would you say? You could say Ronaldo, Benzema, Bale. The only difference I would say, I don't think that Real Madrid front three actually linked up as well as that Barcelona one. They were very much individual. Ronaldo didn't pass the ball that much. Benzema was doing the dirty work for Ronaldo. I actually think MSN is the best club level front three we've ever seen. 1-2s, dummies. They celebrated each other's goals. They gave each other penalties. They were absolutely unplayable. Just ridiculous. That's what I'm saying. Messi leaving was a huge mistake. Not Messi. Neymar leaving was a huge mistake. Most talented front three, but not efficient. I mean, listen, yeah, Bale, Benzema, and Ronaldo were together for longer and won more trophies. Mane, Firmino, and Salah was incredible. Oh, no, you're right. You're right. The best one ever, people. Sonogo, Gervinho, and Theo Walcott. There we go. Don't get much better than that, does it? A postman, a guy with a 5-head, and a speedboat with no driver. How did Arsene Wenger ever sign these guys? Nah, that Liverpool one can't talk to the Barcelona one. Ronaldinho, Messi, Henry. Nah. I actually think Ronaldinho, Messi, and Eto'o was the better one. Henry at Barca was not Henry at Arsenal, man. He was wearing Reeboks. He just didn't look the same. I think the Eto'o, Messi, Ronaldinho one was lethal. But that Barca one was crazy. Anyway, let's go into the press conference. If he waffles, we're skipping. On injuries, no news. We have training session this afternoon. We have to review a few players. Obviously, we know Calafiori, Tomiyasu, and Marino are training. Oh, the Suarez Sterling Sturridge one was serious as well. They annihilated us a couple times, but I still think Messi, Suarez, Neymar was better. It's the best I've ever seen at club level. International level, probably Ronaldinho, Rivaldo, and R9 Ronaldo is the best one I've ever seen at international level. On our first home Champions League game this season, we're looking forward to it. These are the nights we want to experience. You know what? If you can get a ticket to that game, I'd go and watch that. I think it'll be a great atmosphere. PSG, their fans make noise. They will have a lot of fans there tomorrow. Big French community in London as well. Ross, trust me, bro. The moment Henry put Reeboks on, it just wasn't the same. You know, certain players, they have to wear certain boots. Like, it's factual. And I know you agree with me. Thierry Henry has to have Vapors on. Anything other than Vapors, it's not right. David Beckham has to wear Adidas Predators with the thick Adidas stripe. So does Zinedine Zidane. You know, when Neymar started wearing Pumas, it was game over. You don't even look like the same player. Thierry and Reeboks, game over. R9 Ronaldo, he had to wear Vapors as well. Probably shiny silver ones. It's a simple. Certain players have to wear certain boots. Rooney, total 90s, 99 shot power. That's all he can wear. Simple as that. You're right. There's no Vavavoom in Reeboks, bro. Come on, man. Reeboks. The only two players I remember in Reeboks, Ryan Giggs wore Reeboks and Dennis Bergkamp. But come on, man. Kane's wearing Skechers now. Exactly. No wonder he can't win a trophy. You know what I mean? He's wearing a running trainer for football boots. Nah, man, I'm not having it. I'm not having it. Right, on our first... Yeah, forget that. On showing different ways to get results, we've had different ones. We ended up playing a very different game against City. Do you know what? Forgive me, right? I'm only on question 4. I'm already feeling bored reading out his answer. I have to find a different way to get through this. In the end, we lost 2 points in the last minute. We did the opposite, blah, blah, blah. On whether Ben White and Calafiori are fit, those are the 2 players that are in contention we have to review. We didn't do any sessions yesterday. Ricardo was a bit emotional after the game, so let's see how he is today. Having a good old cry after the game. What was he crying for? I mean, I don't want to take the mick out of him. You never know. You know, he could have family problems. Might have thought he had a serious injury, so I don't want to be mocking him. But if he was just crying because, you know, I played for Arsenal and I don't know. I don't know if we need that. I'm telling you, interpret for Arteta, tell us what he's really thinking. I don't speak waffle, I'm trying. On his time as a PSG player, it was my first professional experience, unbelievable. Luis Fernandez, blah, blah, blah. I was 17 and 18. On why he didn't stay there, he said, Ronaldinho, Anelka, Okocha, Pochettino and Gabriel Heinze were all unbelievable players. I wanted to stay. I was at that moment owned by Barcelona. They didn't find an agreement. I had to do something else. And whether he was ever close to going back, he said, once I was here, my career started to develop. I won't disrespect him as a player. As I said before, I was never an Arteta fan as a player because we signed him as the replacement for Cesc Fabregas. And that's like selling your Lamborghini Urus and getting a pedal bike, you know. It's a midfielder, but it's not the same midfielder. It's a vehicle, but it's not the same vehicle. So, yeah, I was very angry that day. We lost 8-2 to Man United and then went into the market, panic buying and bought Arteta, Per Mertesacker and Yossi Benayoun on loan. Just imagine if I'd have had a channel them days. They would have banned me. It's as simple as that. I'd have been banned. There's no way YouTube would have let me get away with the things I would have said on them days there, honestly. Selling Fabregas and buying Arteta. Arteta at one point was trying to play for England. Do you guys remember when Arteta was trying to play for England because he couldn't get anywhere near the Spanish squad? It was absolutely crazy. He wanted to play for England. I actually want to read the article. 2010. Everton's Spanish-born midfielder Mikel Arteta says he would consider a call-up to play for England. The 28-year-old former Rangers player has been a resident in England since joining Everton from Sociedad in 2005, which has earned him British citizenship. If one day the opportunity comes, obviously I would have to consider it very seriously. Despite impressing for Everton this season, Arteta has never been called up for an international game for Spain. Not surprised, mate. Fabregas, Xabi Alonso, Xavi, Iniesta and David Silva. Even Senna. Remember Senna who played for Villarreal? He was decent as well. Oh my God. Do you know what? I need to share this article with you. I need to check this bit. It gets worse. Not only was Arteta trying to play for England, look, one day I would have to consider it seriously. Look at this fraud here. Arsenal's Spanish goalkeeper, Mr. You-Know-Who, Manuel... I can't even say the second name. It's like Lyle. You can't speak, you can't tell a lie. His name is a lie. Revealed that he had not ruled out the possibility of representing England, where he has been a resident since joining the Gunners from Celta Vigo in 2004. Both him and Arteta have a tough task breaking their way into the World Cup winning squad. He faces competition from Real Madrid keeper Casillas and Pepe Reina. Yeah, good luck with that, mate. How did that work out? Didn't get a Spanish cap between them. Can you imagine them frauds playing for England? Oh, my days. No disrespect, Mikel. You know, you're a manager, you're doing well, but damn. Fit said, Big C, I can tell you Arsenal will not win the league because Arteta puts Havertz first. If we do buy a striker, his first name will be Project. What does more mediocrity get you? That's actually quite timid for Fitz. Yeah, you're right. You are right. You are right. More mediocrity gets you more mediocrity and more second place finishers, Fitz. Martin said no press pass for you. They'll have forgotten by the summer. Don't worry about it. Don't worry. You go abroad, different environment. It's different. It's like you take your missus abroad. She's just different, isn't she? At home, the day-to-day grind of working, washing the dishes, blah, blah, blah. You're tired. You got to go work. You know what I mean? You take your missus abroad, she turns into a new woman. You know how it goes, people. You get her on that beach, 35 degrees weather. She's shopping. Do you know what I mean? She feels good. She's not at work. She's buying bikinis. She's a different woman. You're like, damn, this is the reason I got with you. This is what I'm here for. And that's what it is with this as well, people. I'll still get the press pass. This is just the day-to-day grind. By the summer, we're on tour, we're in LA, I'm in the press conference, hi Mikel, blah, blah, blah. They'll have forgotten about it by then. We're good, man, we're good. I hope no one from Arsenal's watching this now because they might just prove a point and ban me from it. But I'm good, man, I'm good. They know me over there, man. We're good people. I've said a lot worse than this, and I've done a lot worse than this. If you look back through previous streams, let's be honest. And this is pretty timid compared to what's been said previously on this channel, and I've never edited or deleted them videos, so the evidence is there. You guys know, that's why you're laughing, innit? You know, people, she transforms when you take her abroad. When she knows the sun's out, the beach is there, you're like, damn, where's this been for the last 7 months? Let me not say too much anyway. She's not in at the moment, so we're good, people, we're good. Let's move on, right? Let's go back to, where was I? I was at press conference reaction. I've said some crazy things today. I'm an hour and 16 in. We're still on waffle settings. I'm delaying a lot of people. On the momentum, winning games like against Leicester, it shapes the character, the body of the team. They have a certainty. They can win in any context. I find it very difficult to finish any of his paragraphs. I really do. And that one's no different. On the Champions League nights at the Emirates, everybody's looking forward to it. We missed it for a number of years. That's a diss. That's a diss at Wenger and Emery. Track 5. Emery and Arteta diss. No, Emery and Wenger diss. You missed out on Champions League featuring Arteta. AirPod Albert on the drums. Last year was the first time. Let's skip it. On his relationship with Luis Enrique, a smile on my face. I'm a huge admirer of him. An unbelievable personality, huge character, huge energy, always supportive. What I love about him, wherever he's been as a player or manager, his fingerprints are all over the place. Oh, God, here we go again. Like, honestly, he's turning into the Spanish Diddy. Oh, dear. Here we go again. The other day, he said he loves Pep, and do you see yourself in the young brother who was in goal? Now he's talking, his fingerprints are all over the place. What are you talking about? Let's move on. Waffle settings, people. Honestly, there's nothing like it. Let's get out of here. I'm part Jamaican. We can't talk about them things there. On whether Enrique has influenced him, I admire his honesty. He's straightforward. He will look you in your eyes and tell you what he thinks. In the end, players appreciate that. They might like it more or less depending on how it happens. I've had 2 or 3 players who work with him in the national team, and they always say the same thing. Diddy's settings, people. I'm telling you. That's why I said in the reaction video. I said that win was greasier than Diddy's bathroom cupboard, people. Baby oil everywhere. We slid out of that game with a victory. It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. On Timber and Calafiori bringing something new to the fullback position. We miss Urian for 11 months and Ricky wasn't here. They are 2 players that have a football brain, intelligence, the quality and adaptability to occupy different spaces. Both are huge personalities. On whether the fullbacks all have different qualities, he said they have to have one in common. They have to love defending. Makes you wonder, is Ben White going to end up going down that Aaron Ramsdale route where all of a sudden We thought he was going to be the man here for years, and next minute we just get rid of him out of nowhere. Because if Timber ends up at right back, I'm not sure Ben White gets back in this team. Depending on how Calafiori does at left back, because he still looks a little bit like he might need a little bit more time. On Timber's character, he's a leader, constantly thinking, how can I help others? He brought unbelievable commitment to everything he does. In the time he's with us, especially the amount of time he spent off the pitch. On slowly introducing Timber into the team, just to get him in his shoes. He came from Ajax, he was captain, big move, different country, big expectation, then he got injured. Then what? You have to look ahead. 8, 9, 10, 12 months, it was a difficult period, lonely and far from the expectations he had. Let's skip it. How highly he rates PSG. They're tough, they're exceptional, they dominate every phase of play. How important the game is facing Enrique. He said, of course, we want to win. We know after a draw in Atalanta, with the number of games we have left, it's going to be important. We have got to win this game, by the way, considering we've got Inter Milan away from home. You know, Champions League, we need to try and finish in that top 8. I think we need at least 5 or 6 wins. How impressed he's been with Calafiori. He said how willing he is. The moment I spoke with him on the phone the first time, he wanted to come here. He understood what we wanted straight away. He felt that we was going to be the perfect fit. Let's skip it. Whether he has a special relationship with him, he said, with all the players, we tried to give them and their families the best possible environment. On Dembele possibly not being in the PSG squad, he said, we just got the news. We don't know if it's true or not. We're going to prepare like we always do with every possibility, and then let's see. They have many options, of course. It's been reported Ousmane Dembele had a bust-up with Luis Enrique after their game on the weekend in the changing room, and apparently he's been left out of the PSG squad. They've travelled to England without him, which is, I suppose you could say it's a boost for Arsenal. Even though I think Dembele is a ridiculously inconsistent player, what we all know is that when Dembele is good, he's very good, but a lot of the time he just flat as to deceive, in my opinion. He's so inconsistent. I think Barcola is probably the bigger danger anyway. He is playing well at the moment. On whether our set pieces could be an advantage, he said, I think every team has their own strengths and weaknesses, and tomorrow we will try to exploit ours for sure. Damn. They are hard work. They are hard work. That was tough. That is pure waffle settings. But we got there, people. We got there. Let me read some of your comments and then we're rounding up. Change of plan. We're not doing OGs at 5 o'clock today. It will be on Wednesday or Thursday, just so that we can talk about the PSG game, which will definitely create the headline for the week. So it'll be on Wednesday or Thursday, but I'll let you know exactly tomorrow. Lineup for tomorrow will be the same. I've got absolutely no doubt he will not change that team one bit. I think he will play exactly the same team tomorrow. It'll be Raya in goal, Calafiori and Timber, Gabriel Saliba, Partey, Rice, Trossard, Martinelli, Saka and Havertz. He will not change that team, I've got no doubt. Unless somebody's not fully fit, I think that will be exactly the same team. Do you guys see any changes? I don't think he'll make any changes to that lineup. He's not going to play Nwaneri. I can't see him dropping Martinelli after he's just scored and got an assist. I think he'll play exactly the same team. I mean, just looking at Liga, PSG, 6 games. They've got 5 wins and 1 draw. So they've started the season pretty well. I'm just trying to look at their lineup from their last game to try and figure out. They beat Rennes 3-1. Barcola scored 2. Kang got 1. And who did they play? Kang, Barcola and Dembele. I mean, Dembele started. I mean, their midfield... Listen, their midfield's not bad. Zaire Emery, he's only like 17 as well. So it proves you can play 17-year-old. Fabian Ruiz, who was outstanding in the Euros, and João Neves, who is a very, very highly rated player. I mean, Gonzalo Ramos is injured. Donnarumma's injured at the moment. I don't know whether he's... I mean, Donnarumma, Asensio, Nuno Mendes, Lucas Hernandez and Kimpembe were all injured. And Vitinha at the weekend. But I don't know how many of them are going to be back for this game. They've got a lot of injuries at the moment. Vitinha's a very good player. Listen, what I think we have to understand is this is going to be a hard game. I mean, Hakimi played, Marquinhos, João Neves, Ruiz, Barcola. We struggled to break down Atalanta. So this is going to be a hard game. And as I always say, we have not got a huge reputation in Europe. So they will be thinking they can cause us problems. But I think we've got to win this game. I think we have to win this game because drawing with Atalanta, not beating PSG and then having to play Inter Milan away would be would make life very difficult for us to get out of that Champions League group in the top 8, which is what we want to do. We don't want to have to go into the ones before that. I mean, our next Champions League game is Shakhtar Donetsk at home, and then we've got Inter Milan away. So I think that Inter game will be very, very difficult. So I think we've got to beat PSG and then we've got to beat Shakhtar if we've got any chance of qualifying. And I think we will beat them. I think it'll be a tough game. I think we'll have a little bit too much for them. Going forward, at home, they've got a lot of injuries, although I don't know how many of those. I mean, I'm looking here. How long are they actually out for? I know Donnarumma. I mean, he would be a big loss for them if he wasn't playing. So, yeah, we'll have to see with that one anyway, people. Final story will be... Oh, Saka against Nuno Mendes will be a good... But I like Nuno Mendes. Very quick. Very quick player. Finally, Arsenal apparently sent scouts to watch this man again at the week. I mean, you know, I'm getting bored about even talking about it. Victor Gyokeres, 10 games, 14 goals, 5 assists, a goal every 48 minutes. Scored or assisted in every game so far. What a player at the moment. And are we going to make a move for him in January? £85 million release clause. Surely a player that we should be looking at to get in January. I just think if Arsenal brought in even one player in January and you got somebody of that level, it would genuinely give us a huge opportunity of winning the league and a massive boost moving forward. But are Arsenal going to do it? Are the Kroenkes going to do it? They have to show some support to this manager in January because he needs more players. He needs a better player. But will they do it? I just don't know. We'll see what the Kroenkes are about. Just pay the money for him, honestly. I'd pay it, but... Do you know what? Before we finally round up, I just wanted to show you this. This was the team the last time that Arsenal played PSG. 2016, a 2-2 draw at home against PSG, the 23rd of November, 2016. This was the starting lineup. Ospina in goal. The back four, oh my days. Carl Jenkinson, Kieran Gibbs, Skodran Mustafi, Lauren Koscielny. Koscielny was decent. Gibbs was average. Mustafi and Jenkinson, I mean, they're like the jokes you get out of crackers on Christmas. The midfield, Francis Coquelin, Aaron Ramsey, and Mesut Ozil. The front three, Iwobi, Giroud, and Alexis Sanchez. Now, how many of that team would get in this team would be the interesting thing. I can tell you for sure, the goalkeeper and the back four, I don't think any of them get in, right? I think Gabriel is better than Koscielny, and I don't even need to compare Koscielny to Saliba. The rest of the back four is an absolute catastrophe. I genuinely think our second choice back four is better than that back four. If you played like Kivior, Calafiore, whoever, they'd still better. The midfield, Coquelin, no chance. 2016, I don't even think this was the best Ramsey, was it? Ramsey was better, like 13, 14. Ozil was good then. Ozil and Sanchez. Giroud. Nah. I think Giroud was better at Chelsea, to be honest. I think he got better when he left. Sanchez would be the best player at Arsenal on the left. Sanchez and Ozil are the only two that you would get him, really. The rest of them, I don't think Ramsey may be on the bench. He was better 2 or 3 years before this. I don't think this Giroud is better than Havertz, I'll be honest. I don't think Giroud was that good at Arsenal. I think Giroud got better when he went to Chelsea. He had wingers that crossed the ball. I thought he was better at Chelsea and AC Milan. I didn't like Giroud at Arsenal. As Claude said, he was a lamppost. Missed 5 big chances against Monaco in a last 16 game. He was, nah. Iwobi, I didn't rate him either. So, yeah, listen, we've changed a lot, that's for sure, from those times there. So, listen, people, thank you very much for tuning in. As I said, OGs won't be today. We've rearranged. We're going to do it later in the week after the PSG game. Tomorrow, I will be live 7 p.m. I believe the game is 8 o'clock. It's on Amazon Prime tomorrow, which is a bit annoying, but we'll watch it. But if we get enough news, we'll go live tomorrow at 2 o'clock if we've got enough to talk about. If not, I will be live for the watch-along from 7, 8 o'clock kickoff, and we will be doing a watch-along massive game for Arsenal. So keep your notifications on. If there's enough news, I'll go live at 2 o'clock for like 45 minutes, and then we'll go live at 7. If not, it will just be the watch-along. Thank you very much for tuning in, people. Over 2,000 of you in the chat. Big up the whole C unit. Hit the like button. Subscribe if you haven't already. Champions League Tuesdays are back tomorrow. Take care, everyone. Bless.